Today we're going to talk about how to start selling on eBay and some tips for helping you get started. First, you're going to want to go through your things, set aside what you want to sell, get organized that way. If you've already done that, we're going to talk about how to set up your seller account. You will first want to set up an eBay account and confirm your email address. And then once you get to that point, you can log into your account and you'll see sell up here. So you want to click that. Now there's a couple different things you can do. You can send in your things and have eBay sell it for you and earn up to 80% of that. If you want to just do it yourself, you don't have a lot of things to sell, you're not going to be selling in bulk, that's probably the easiest way to do it. So just kind of read up on those and see what would be best for you. Now this is when you're going to start selling. You're going to start creating a listing. So you'll give a title for what you're selling. And you'll go through, you'll add photos, descriptions, everything it tells you here, your prices, your shipping prices, and then you're going to go through and list it. Now with your listings comes fees, so you'll want to read up on the fees. eBay does take a small fee, not for the listing, but once it sells, they will take a small fee out of the money that you earn from your sale. And if you're using PayPal and accepting payments through PayPal, they take a small fee as well. So you'll want to be educated about the fees. Sometimes there will be payment holds as well for new eBay sellers, so be aware of that, that your payments might be on hold coming in through PayPal or eBay. The other thing with setting up and selling on eBay that you want to make sure you have all your bases covered with is never send an item until you see the money. Sometimes new eBay and new PayPal accounts can be the target of scam emails where it looks like they've sent the money, but you log into your account and it's actually not there. So make sure you're not sending anything out until you physically see the money in your account, whether it's on hold or not. If it's on hold, that's fine, but it's still in your account. That's a good way to look at it and make sure that all your bases are covered. You don't want to send something out without receiving payment because then you can get in kind of a sticky situation. Now we're going to go through and create a listing just so you can see how it's done. I'm going to say, for instance, I have crochet hooks that I want to sell. It'll kind of give you a suggestion if it kind of knows what you're talking about. Some things will be different. For electronics, they usually have trade-in programs, so they'll bring up something to tell you about the trade-in programs. But for this is exactly what I'm talking about, so I'm going to do create listing. And that's going to bring this page up. You'll see the title auto-populated, the condition. If I've used them, I will click use. It doesn't necessarily mean bad condition, it just means used. You can go through and add any photos here. The brand as well, Clover. And then any details that you want somebody to know would go in here about the product. If there's anything wrong with it, if there's anything that needs to be fixed on it, just any important details go in there. The auction is something that you would generally use for something that might be a collector's item, might be rare, you're not really sure how much you want to sell it for, how much you could sell it for. But in the case of something like crochet hooks, you generally know how much they sell for at a store versus online. And when you do an auction, it'll give you a recommended starting point, but when you do a fixed price, it will give you a recommended starting point as well for your pricing based on similar items that have sold. So then you'll go ahead and put your price in there. We'll say for this $8.50 since that's what's suggested. You can talk about how long you want to have your listing up. You can schedule the starting time, and then you're going to go through and select all the shipping details in here. Whether you want to offer free shipping, if you want to do international shipping, if you just want to go through and do the actual shipping all yourself instead of having a label through here, or if you just want to do local pickup only for things like, you know, cars and boats and bigger items that you can't necessarily ship. You'll go through, enter your PayPal email address, the location, whether or not you will accept returns. And you can then have it relisted up to 2 times if it doesn't sell. Like it says here, fees may apply, so definitely you want to read about all the fees when you're going through to become a seller, just so that you're aware of them and they don't surprise you later. And then you would go ahead and click list it and be done with it. After you've made your listings, all you'll have to do is wait for them to sell. Once they sell, make sure you're practicing best practices for sellers. Get your items shipped quick. and if there's any issues with it, try and work it out with the customer rather than having a dispute. And that's how you get started selling on eBay.